Once upon a time, in a small town surrounded by mountains and rivers, there lived a young boy named Alex. Alex had dreams, bigger than the tallest mountains, and hopes brighter than the sun, rising over the horizon every morning. He came from a humble family, where resources were scarce, but love and determination were endless. Every day, he watched people around him settle for less, accept mediocrity, and fear the unknown. But deep inside, Alex knew he was born for something greater. One day, a fierce storm destroyed the bridge that connected his town to the outside world. People panicked, gave up hope, and said rebuilding was impossible. But Alex looked at the broken pieces and saw an opportunity. He gathered his friends, his neighbors, and even strangers who had lost faith, and said, "We will rebuild it. Not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. If we wait for help, it may never come. If we start now, we can create something stronger than before." Every brick they lifted, every nail they hammered, and every drop of sweat was a step toward proving that courage, belief, and determination are more powerful than fear. Days turned into nights. Challenges grew heavier, and doubts tried to break them. But Alex reminded everyone, failure is not the end. It is the teacher guiding us to grow. The storm may have destroyed the bridge, but it cannot destroy our spirit. Finally, after countless hours, the bridge stood tall again, stronger than it had ever been. The town celebrated, but Alex knew the real victory was not the bridge itself. It was the lesson that anything is possible if you believe, act, and refuse to give up. This is life's story. In every challenge we face, every storm, every obstacle, every fear can either stop you or build you. The choice is yours. And just like Alex, inside you, there is a fire waiting to ignite, a dream waiting to soar, and a strength waiting to break every limitation. The journey may be hard, the nights may feel long, but remember, greatness is reserved for those who refuse to quit, who see opportunity in adversity, and who turn fear into fuel for action. After rebuilding the bridge, Alex realized that life was not just about overcoming one storm, but preparing for many more. He looked around at his town and saw that people had begun to dream again. Children played near the river, parents started small businesses, and the elders shared stories of resilience. But Alex knew that dreaming was not enough. Dreams without action are like seeds left unwatered. So he decided to teach everyone what he had learned through struggle. He organized workshops, shared strategies, and led by example, showing that determination, discipline, and courage were the keys to success. One day, news came that a massive flood was approaching the town. Fear gripped everyone, but Alex stood at the center of the town square and said, "We have faced storms before, and we will face them again. We will not hide from fear. We will use it to rise higher than ever before." The town followed his lead, building barriers, organizing resources, and helping each other. The flood came stronger than anyone expected, but because of their preparation, no life was lost. The town survived, not by chance, but by collective belief, courage, and action. Alex understood something very important. Challenges are inevitable, but the way you respond defines your life. Success is not about avoiding difficulty. It is about embracing it, learning from it, and growing stronger. Each person in the town felt a spark of courage ignite within themselves. They realized that ordinary people could achieve extraordinary results when they acted with purpose and refused to surrender to fear. Alex's story spread beyond the mountains and rivers, inspiring other towns, other communities, and even strangers who heard about a small town where hope refused to die. And he knew that the real bridge they had built was not just made of bricks and wood. It was made of belief, courage, and unbreakable human spirit. Life would continue to throw storms, but the lesson was clear. Within every one of us is a power waiting to be unleashed, a dream waiting to be chased, and a strength waiting to conquer every obstacle. Never underestimate what one determined heart can do, and never forget that your actions today shape the world of tomorrow. As time passed, Alex realized that true greatness is not just about overcoming challenges for yourself, but also about lifting others as you climb. He looked around at the people he had inspired and noticed that many were hesitant to take the next step in their own lives. They were afraid to dream bigger, to risk failure, and to face the unknown. Alex decided to lead by example once again. He began telling stories of ordinary people achieving extraordinary feats. He spoke about a farmer who turned a barren field into a lush garden through persistence, a teacher who transformed a struggling school into a place of excellence, and a young musician who practiced tirelessly and performed on the world stage. Every story carried the same lesson: belief, action, and resilience are unstoppable forces. One evening, as the sun set behind the mountains, Alex gathered the townspeople and said, "Life will always test you. You will face storms, failures, and moments of doubt. But the question is not whether the storm will come. The question is, will you rise above it? Will you take the lessons hidden within each challenge and use them to build a stronger, better future?" People listened in silence, their hearts stirring with courage and determination. Alex continued, "Your dreams are not selfish or impossible. They are the blueprint of what you are capable of achieving. Fear will try to hold you back. Failure will try to convince you to stop, and critics will doubt your vision. But inside you is a fire, a force, stronger than fear, stronger than failure, stronger than any obstacle. Feed that fire with belief, action, and relentless determination." From that day forward, the town changed forever. People no longer waited for miracles. They created them. They stopped seeing challenges as barriers and began seeing them as opportunities. And Alex knew that the journey was far from over. There would be more storms, more obstacles, and more moments of doubt. But he also knew that the lessons, courage, and belief he had sown would continue to grow, not just in his town, but in everyone who heard their story. Life is not about avoiding difficulty. It is about mastering it, learning from it, and using every challenge as a stepping stone to greatness. The years went by, and Alex grew older, but his spirit never faded. The town he had once saved and inspired had become a beacon of hope for everyone around. People from distant villages came to learn how a small town could rise from despair to greatness. One day, Alex stood on the hill overlooking his home, reflecting on the journey. He realized that life's true lesson was not in the storms he faced, or the bridges he built, or even the floods he survived. The true lesson was in the courage, belief, and relentless action that had transformed ordinary moments into extraordinary achievements. He called the townspeople together and said, "The greatest power you hold is not money, fame, or talent. It is the power of belief, the power to dream, to rise after every fall, to face fear, and to act despite uncertainty. Every challenge you encounter is an opportunity to prove to yourself what you are truly capable of. Life will test you repeatedly, but each test is a chance to grow, to shine, and to inspire others." He continued, "Do not wait for perfect conditions, because they will never come. Do not fear failure, because it is the teacher guiding you toward your potential. Do not let doubt or negativity define your path, because the fire within you is stronger than any obstacle. The choices you make today, the actions you take now, shape not only your life, but the lives of everyone you touch. So dream boldly, act courageously, and live fully. Let your life be a story that inspires others, a story of hope, resilience, and triumph." That day, every person felt a spark ignite inside them, a reminder that greatness is within reach for everyone who dares to believe and act. Alex smiled, knowing that while storms would come, obstacles would appear, and fears would rise. The spirit of determination, courage, and hope he had nurtured would continue to shine forever. And in that moment, the town was no longer just a place on a map. It had become a symbol, a living testament to the truth that anyone, anywhere, can rise above challenges and create a life of meaning, purpose, and extraordinary achievement.